What is going on, guys? Dean-Bryson here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I stopped being a simp. Now, in my last video, I talked about how I went from being more of a simp to more of an alpha type, bad boy type kind of guy. So go check that out if you haven't already. But in today's video, I wanted to talk about the reasons as to why I stopped being a simp from my own personal experience, my own personal background, and get you to understand what is really so wrong, what is really so bad about being a simp. Now, for those of you that don't really know what a simp is, because there's a lot of definitions out there, there's a lot of it's a word that is commonly chucked out there. A lot of people don't really know what they are even meaning by it when they say it. But yeah, there's a definition here, and it says that simp is a slang insult for men who are seen as too attentive and submissive to women, especially out of the failed hope of winning some entitled sexual attention or activity from them. So that's what we're going to be getting into today, is what I'm going to be talking about, the reasons as to why I stopped being so attentive, so submissive to women, and the difference it's made in my life. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. If you're new to the channel, I'm posting videos now every single Wednesday to help you guys and to talk about an area of my life that I've improved. The channel is mainly about self-improvement and personal development, so if that is something you are into, click that subscribe button below, click the bell notifications to stay updated every time I post a new video, and without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first reason that I'm going to talk about in terms of my experience and what made me a simp was basically that as I've said in a previous video, I have never had a serious relationship. In fact, I've never been in a relationship in my adult life, and I've had my heart broken 2 or 3 times, and it was always by girls who were attached, who had boyfriends, and subconsciously I was doing this because I had a fear of commitment and a fear of abandonment, and also for other reasons other than the fact that I also like to be independent, and I don't like neediness. But the main reason why I was doing it was the fact that I knew that this person or these people were not likely to choose me over their boyfriend. They weren't likely to leave their boyfriend, and I was stuck in a friend zone situation, which I thought was at the time, that was fulfilling a need, an emotional need of mine to be connected to someone, but without that full level of commitment and intimacy that I was scared of. And so I had to break that pattern for myself. I had to stop looking for girls that were in relationships. I had to stop allowing myself to be pulled into that situation. And that's really what brought me into personal development and self-help and becoming a life coach and all the rest of it. So that's a little bit of background as to, why I'm talking about these topics, because it had a big impact on me. Caused me a lot of pain in my life, and something that I was really actively trying to stop and to get better at. Okay, so the second reason I've decided to stop being a simp, and I've worked hard on not being so much of a simp, is because I'm very ambitious and driven. And as I've mentioned in other videos, I became a life coach at 22. When I was young, I wanted to be a professional footballer. I became the highest qualified coach at my college when I was 16. I wanted to work in professional football as a coach. I've always had big goals and big dreams and big ambitions. And I'm at the age of 29 now. I'm realizing that my life is not going to change significantly if I don't make significant changes in my life. And the problem with simping is that you're basically chasing the validation and approval of girls, and it's a distraction. As much as these girls might be a good distraction, we all need to be distracted away from our goals and dreams. We all need to sometimes just enjoy the present moment a little bit, but ultimately they are a distraction. So the more you are like spending your time, energy and attention on chasing girls, then that's energy and attention that you could be using to work towards your goals and towards your dreams. And I became fed up with the fact that my life wasn't changing, that my financial situation wasn't changing, that my business growth wasn't changing. So I made a decision to stop putting that energy and attention into girls and to work and to focus on myself. Okay, that brings me to the third thing, which is that through just my general transformation as a person, getting more into self-improvement, personal development, getting rejected by a lot of girls, I started to watch a lot of red pill content, which led me to understand female nature a little bit more, and understand why it was that I was getting rejected so much, why women can act in a certain way, can treat you in a certain way, and it all goes back to the fact that you are being a simp. So if you are being a simp, then basically what it is telling girls that you don't have abundance in your life, that you need them. You need their validation, you need their approval, you need their attention. And we don't, as human beings, we don't like to feel like we are needed. We want to feel like we are wanted, but not needed. So if you start to be really needy, then that's going to be a put-off. It's unattractive, and shows that you don't have much abundance in your life. You're coming from a place of scarcity. And as a guy who is a little bit more in touch with my feminine side, a little bit more emotional, my moods can be up and down. I can be quite imaginative and playful and spontaneous, and these aren't necessarily traits that are stereotypically male, or these aren't traits that have been particularly encouraged within myself, but also within men as a general population. And so what I've found is that I can get that instant attraction from girls, but once they start to realize and get to know me as a person, they don't find that as attractive. Perhaps that is an issue within myself of rejecting that part of myself. And so when I get rejected, that obviously lowers my confidence, and as my confidence gets lowered, I start looking more for validation, more for approval to make myself feel better, and it starts to become a cycle. What I've done and what you guys need to do is you need to break that cycle. So if you're not feeling confident, you need to really stop putting yourself out there, stop chasing, and work on the things that are going to make you more confident, as I've talked about in my previous video. So, working on your body, working on your image, working on your finances, all of these sort of things that are going to make you feel like you are more in control, more masculine, more driven, more purposeful. You're going to become more attractive, and it's also given me more time and energy to work on my creative side, on my imaginative side, on my flamboyance, being more myself. Because obviously when we get rejected, we start to suppress or hide the parts of ourselves that we are insecure about, that we feel are not good enough, or the reasons why we feel we got rejected. And that's the worst thing that you can possibly do, because you need to improve on those securities. You need to validate them within yourself, because as I've said in all of my videos, you are a unique being, you are a unique person, and the more you step into your uniqueness, the more confident you're going to be, the more people you're going to be able to attract into your life. Okay, the fourth reason why I decided to stop being a simp is because I am fiercely independent. I spend a lot of my time on my own, and the reason for that is that honestly I find that a lot of people are not growing at the same rate as I am. You know, they talk about the same things over and over and over again, and a lot of people are very needy. A lot of people will drag you down, and that maybe sounds a little bit harsh, but if you want to get to the places that you want to get to in life, then you have to be ruthless. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be an arsehole with it. Don't have to be a dickhead. You don't have to be rude and obnoxious to people. You can still be polite, you can still be nice, but it doesn't mean that you are going to go out of your way all the time to spend time with people. It doesn't mean that you're chasing people to spend time with them. You're quite happy being on your own, working on your goals, and just enjoying your own time, your own company. So for me, I've always been that way. I've always liked my own company, prefer my own company. I like to be laid back and stress-free. I don't like drama. I don't really like small talk. I don't like superficial, shallow stuff. And a lot of people are into that sort of thing nowadays. I notice that, you know, when I enter into a group situation, people start trying to kind of show off a little bit, and you know, it seems a little bit fake, and I don't like fakeness. So I would rather be on my own and be real and work towards my goals, than have to fake things in order to fit in. Okay, number 5, and this is the last one, is that we obviously live in a virtual world now where we all spend a lot of time on social media. A lot of these girls that you are chasing, giving validation and approval to, you know, they're getting that validation and approval from tons of other guys as well. And so by giving them that validation and approval, you are just proving to them that you are exactly the same as all of these other guys. So if you stop giving them that validation and that approval, then you instantly become different in their eyes. They start to wonder, well, why is this guy not giving me any of his attention? You know, what's different about this guy? If she then sees, or if these other girls, you know, they see you working hard, working towards your goals, not caring about the way that you are perceived by others and trying to fit in, then what you're actually displaying there is that you've got some level of depth. And despite the fact that girls appear on the surface to be very shallow and superficial, what they are actually craving in reality is depth. They want to be excited, they want to have adventure, they want meaning and purpose. And if you keep simping, then you're just showing that you aren't able to provide those things for them, and that is the reason why they're not going to be attracted to you. So disconnecting from this shallow and superficial world, working on yourself, is really going to help you not only to attract more girls, but also to feel a lot more confident in yourself. Because the more you are online, the more you are looking at other people, the more you're comparing yourself to those people, the more you are reducing your own confidence and your self-esteem. And as I've said already, people are attracted to confidence. So that is all for today's video. I hope you found value. If you enjoyed it, press that thumbs up, give it a like. Let us know down below in the comments if any of this resonates with you. Again, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos in the future. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.